Sounds like one of them squeaky toys. Ta-da! Hi guys, welcome back again. Another little video for you. This is a KTM EXC-F 350 and it's got a leaky right front fork seal. So what we're going to do is, I've already popped the wheel off. Going to take the shocker tubes out. Going to get the oil seals changed. So join me in this short video. Don't forget to like and subscribe somewhere in the corner. It might pop up for you. And let us know what you want to see. Let us know you've got any questions and enjoy the video. So here we go. We like this. This is so we don't make a mess everywhere, because this is a messy job. We're going to crack off the top first. We're going to put it in the soft jaws. Get it cracked off. You need a special spanner for the top of these. Always clamp them in the correct place as well. This is the area which is slightly larger, which is designed for it to be clamped when it's in the yokes. Special tool, 50mm 6-sided, and it should there we go. Very snug fit, that. Wonderful. Before I do that, I just need to reset the suspension. I need to count how many clicks it goes in. I think 15 clicks on this was for the comfort setting, so one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, a little 10. So we'll reset it to that. Got that cracked off. This is our little bleed nipple here. This is what lets the air out. I don't think there's going to be any air in it, to be fair, but let's crack that off. My trusty quarter drive ratchet set. Extension on for a little bit more grip. And we had a little bit of air. Does that remind you of anything? Let's have a look at the bottom end. Pretty sure we've got to take this cap off. As you can see, I've got the vise offset ever so slightly, so it touches the bench. However, a bit of added support. Take this bad boy out. It's got a little bit of dirt in it, so as it's an off-road bike, you'd expect dirt everywhere. Not like a nice clean road bike. I'm going to gun it straight away. I'm going to see if I can undo it with a ratchet first. There we go. So that is the complete bottom cap, that one. I'm going to nip it back in for now. And let's get it all stripped down. There's a few things that I like to do when I do fork seals. I like to try and make as much space on the bench as I can. Move some stuff around. So I can take it all apart in here. Then I'm going to lay down some blue roll. That will then allow me to spread everything out like an exploded diagram. Another little thing I'll point out for you is on the shock absorber, this adjuster here is red for your rebound and it goes on the right. So red, rebound, right. And then this one here is for your preload. Little tip that. Red, rebound, right. On our technical data soon as well, and we'll have a look what oil we need to put in. Usually you can pour in the amount or you measure it from the top, but I'll show you that. We have the device to do that as well. I hate doing fork seals. Just kidding. I love it. Love my job. I'll have to check in the manual or online 15 was a good setting, but it was on 10, so I can't remember what 10 was. 10 might have been off-road. There we go, so here's the inside of the fork. What we need to do now is we need to get this top cap off. Usually you pull this down, get a spanner in here. This is where it gets messy now, people. Messy Jesse. Pull it out a little bit more so you can see it. And then you can see the bottom there retracting. So yeah, we need to pop this off, then that allows us to take everything out and the bit out at the bottom as well, but you'll see. You shall see. So a 22 doesn't fit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the deck. Pull that down, get the 24mm spanner on 24, not 22, Dino. And then what I'll do is I'll put it on this side, and then we should be able to crack this bad boy off. There we go. Oh, happy day. Now we need to be careful because sometimes when you take these off, you can see we've got a bit of tension, so we want to be careful of that. So we'll relieve the tension by taking the spring down, and then when you take this cap off, under here sometimes you have a bearing and like a shim. I'll show you when we take it off, you can have a closer look. If it comes off, it's bloody turning again. There we go, we're off now. Just want to be very, very careful. Flip it upside down. Take our spanner off out of the way. Now we're okay to start taking things out. So I'm going to take the spring out first. Just need to make sure you don't miss anything, and it's going to be dripping wet as well. So this is where our tray comes in handy. That's all good. So this won't come out now. But what we are going to do is I'm going to try and drain this out a little bit in the drain tray, and then I'm going to take the bottom cap off, and then that'll allow me to take the whole rod out. There we go. Some people measure the oil that comes out. However, I know that it's not going to be correct because this fork seal has been leaking. Ah, can you see that? This is why we pay attention. That obviously goes inside there, but the spring rests on that, it sits on top of it. So we need to make sure that that goes back in as well. That's drained off quite a bit. Get that bottom cap off that we cracked off earlier. And this is what basically holds this in. There we go. Again, we need to be careful here. We'll clean all of this up afterwards. See, it's quite a little bit of a congealed, jellified, horrible stuff. So we've got that from the top, that from the bottom. Spring there, and then we're going to place that here so we know it goes on the bottom of the spring. You can see inside it will sit on it like that. Now, oh you bugger, oh. More oil coming out of the bottom, but now we should be able to take the whole thing out. You can see where that rubber seal sat, just on there. Fascinating, eh? And messy. Again, you see all the dirt on the bottom. I'm going to give all of that a good clean. Now it should come apart. Now some people say that you should warm this area up. Me personally, I've never really had to do that. I've not had a problem. But you should just be able to pull it apart. No, that won't work, will it? I've just remembered we need two. Before I do that, it's been a while since I've done some fork seals. Before we do that, I need to pop out the dust seal. Then there will be a retaining clip, and then there will be your main oil seal. So that won't come past, obviously, because we've got the retaining clip and the seal in the way. Carefully try and get the dust seal off. Quite brittle and stiff. I think it's been on there for a while. Maybe a screwdriver just isn't enough. Got it clamped in the vise, dripping at this end. I managed to get it started. The dust seal, there we go. I don't think you guys will be able to see that, but there's a clip. The retaining clip. Which we need to, there we go. Need to pinch that out. And then hopefully now sounds like one of them squeaky toys. Ta-da! We've got our tube. I'm going to leave that upright so that any oil drains out of it. And then here you can see we've got our inner Teflon bush, which looks like it's in great condition, to be fair. Has an outer Teflon coating, and then it's copper split in the middle so you can get it off. And then that's the inner one, and then you've got your outer one here. And then you've got a spacer there. So again, the reason why we do this here is so we can lay everything out, so we know where we are, where I've put my rag. Such a messy job. Carefully take this one off first. You can see that's in really good nick as well. The oil seal. Our retaining clip. And our dust seal. You can see there's quite a bit of dirt inside that, so it's been doing its job. All of them bits are out, nicely lined up. I'm sure you could see the method in my madness. To the untrained eye, and if you guys weren't on this journey with me, you'd go, how the hell does that go back together? So I'm going to clean the stanchion now, and we're going to have a look. See if there's any damage. There shouldn't be any damage or ridges where you can rub your, if you can feel your fingernail get caught in it. This is the main area where it will drift. Obviously on the motocross bike it's going to have quite a bit more than a road bike. Road bike will probably just have a little minimal movement, whereas a motocross bike will have loads. There is a couple of marks on it, but I can't actually feel that. It's important when we put the new seals on, there's no dirt or anything on them. Make sure it's nice and clean. I'm going to clean it up with a little bit of brake cleaner just to remove any contaminants, but that's looking pretty good, to be fair. You can see a couple of marks, but again, I can't even feel that with my fingernail. There's no raised areas at all on there, which is a good sign. And then we can start to put it back together in reverse. I do have the new fork seals here. So in the kit, this is what we get. We've got our two new dust seals, and we've got our two new oil seals. In some cases I'll order the bushes. With this bike it's not very old. The forks have already been done not that long ago. So I was counting on the fact that the bushes wouldn't need replacing, and I was correct. If so, I would have just got the bushes ordered and sorted. But I'm going to clean that up and then we'll start the reassembly. I've cleaned most of the bits, the outer tube, the inner tube, or the stanchion, however you want to call it. I'm just cleaning out this as well. When this is all back inside and we've got oil in it, we'll use this to prime it. This is the adjustment rod here, so obviously when you push it down, it makes the adjustment when we look at the cap on the top. That's what it pushes on, you see? Little brass rod, pushes out, pushes on top of this, and then that's what adjusts it. I'm going to take this one out. It's got a bit of oil in it. Some cleaner down it. We'll put that there for now. We know where that one goes. Yeah, we've got most of the oil out of that now, which is good. And we can start rebuilding. Okay, so here goes nothing. Everything's now clean and ready. We've got our fork seal drivers, our rubber grease that we're going to use for putting the seals back in there. How did they go back in? We've got our stanchion all clean, nice and sorted, no damage. I've cleaned out all of this side as well. You've got where the oil seal will go, then the retaining clip, and then the dust seal on top. But we need to put everything in reverse on here. So first was the dust seal. Now there is a special cap that you can buy to put over this, so I'm going to find something to put it over because we don't want to damage the seal when we put it over. You can do it, but you've got to be very careful. There's supposed to be a cone that you can get. Unfortunately, we don't have the cone for this specific one, so I'm going to try and come up with another idea for that one. Sometimes a plastic bag, a little bit of cling film, something that's not too thick, just to help ease it over those edges to slide it down. So I'm going to grease up these with our rubber grease. Just going to do one for now. And then we have a little bit of plastic. Not the most perfect thing. Some of you might judge me for this, but I don't care. And then we had our clip. And then we have our oil seal. Need to remember which way around it goes. So it goes this way. And that. And if you remember, we had our, take that off now. We had that bad boy. It has a tapered side and a flat side. That's a tapered side, that's a flat side. So I'm going to put it back on the way that it came off. Happy days. And you can see that's how it goes back in. The guide, washer, spacer, and you've got the oil seal, the clip, and then you've got your dust seal as well. So you need to put this all back together now. It should hopefully be easy. A little bit of encouragement. Need to make sure that bush goes in. There we go, otherwise it will inhibit the other bit. That looks okay. told you I always make a mess on the floor when doing fork seals. So that's all done. We're happy with that now. This needs to go back inside the tube, and you can see, you remember the cap that we took out the bottom? That's what screws into this. So if you imagine when you're doing that up, this will just turn. So we need to make sure that we hold that in place so it doesn't turn. And then we need to remember that rod to go inside it as well. And also this little bad boy. So we can put that on now and make sure it's seated okay. When it's in the tube, it will settle itself, to be fair. So I did have a look online at some auto data. These forks are made by, oh, this should be spongy as well, spring loaded. These forks are actually, they take 370 to 375 millilitres. That's what it says on the WP website, the people who make these shocks, because KTM don't actually make the shocks for this bike. It's actually WP. So we're going to get this bad boy back inside. You should be able to feel, collapse it a bit. Should be able to feel, yes, I can feel it inside. Steady. Make sure we line it up. You can see it in there, hopefully, and then we need to line it up. No, it needs to go in a little bit further. Let me take it back out and I'll show you what I mean, because it's like got a hex head on it. You see? So we need to make sure that slots in okay. So maybe we'll be able to feel it on this side if we wiggle it and turn it. Wait for it to go back in. Let's have a look on the baton. Yeah, you can feel it's got a hex shape in there as well. Just need to get it to line up. Then we can get the cap back on, and then we're nearly ready to put some oil in it. What I reckon's happening is as I'm turning that, it's not turning that, it's turning this. So I might need to just try and do it from the bottom. Just try and get it adjusted so it falls into place. Easier said than done. Boom! There we go. We've got our thread there now. I don't know if you can see that. That will allow us to screw that back in. Wherever it's gone, it's disappeared. Here it is. Screw that back in. Feels like it's turning. It's always a difficult part. So if we take this out a little bit and we cockle it over, it should help give us some resistance to get it screwed back in. Once it's all back together, we can nip this up as well and make sure it's okay. I did check the oil seals on this as well. You always need to make sure that they're okay. I managed to nip that up. I just did it very, very carefully with the gun, just to get it started. Again, once it's all back together, I will nip this again. I think that's okay, to be fair, but I'll double check it. Don't know if you can see down there, but we've got the bush for the spring. We're going to put the spring back in. First, I'll pull that out. What I might do, like I said, I don't do fork seals that often, is I'm going to put that in afterwards. I'm going to prime this up first, put the right amount of oil in it, and we want 370. Let's go for 370 milliliters. Happy with that. Sometimes I forgot to put the cap on the bottom and it leaks out everywhere. As you do. Now, try and pour it to the shaft. If you pour it here, it might leak, but if you can see, like, sucks itself onto the shaft. And And we're going to prime it because we want it all to go inside. Because it's empty, so it will go down quite a bit. This is where a very, very important job. You can see there it's taking the air out. This is a boring bit, probably take me a while to do. I'm happy with that now. So there's resistance all the way up and all the way down. You can feel that the oil is inside and doing its job, which is good. We're nearly ready to put the top cap on. Might still be a little bit of air in it. It should be good now. We need to get our spanner on there, push the spring down. There we go, we need to keep this up. So very carefully, let's get that started on top. We're going to need the spanner, and when this is done we're home free. Nearly there, Dino, nearly there. Boom. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now, we are done. Let's take that out of the vise, move it down, and I can just clamp it here. And I can nip it up a little bit. Doesn't have to be mega tight. And now we remember we screwed that all the way in, but we're going to bring it out. We're going to put it on the medium setting, and we're going to bring it out 15 clicks and pull it back in the bike. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's where it was, but I want to set it on comfort 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to put it on the medium setting, and then that is us done. Woohoo! Oh yeah, shocking that. That feels really good. On our strap. Anyone know what this strap is for? Comment below. It's common with off-road bikes to have a strap on. This one's got two. It's got one on the rear as well. Sure, you can guess what that's for, can't you? When they took them out and how they're supposed to be is just about there. A couple of these bolts done. And wonderful. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us for some more videos, and I hope you really enjoyed this one. Thank you so much.